Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I decided to create this very shimmery eye look. Started off doing, using eyeshadow on my eyelid rather than putting it straight in the crease, and then I added a nude lip from a trio lipstick collection. If you want to see how I created this look, then feel free to stay here and let's begin. Shall we get into the eyes? Because really, that's what we're here for, right? I always think that when I'm doing half my face, I look a little crazy, and of course my hair. By the end of the video, it will look better. So anyway, let's move on. Okay. So what I want to do is replicate this eye on the other side. I'm thinking maybe a liner, maybe not. You guys probably know that when you wear liners that are dark, that's more preferably. When you wear dark liners, that would be preferably for nighttime looks. But I'm one of those people that loves drama on my face somewhere, whether it's my lips or my eyes. That's just me, because I guess I like to make a statement and let people know that I'm very proud of who I am, and I don't mind that I stand out or I look like an outcast or whatever. So anyway, for some reason it's starting to make me think of that show, The Greatest Showman. Maybe you guys have seen that. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Let's get the eye done. So what I started off with is priming my eye. You probably heard me talk about priming my eyes and getting a powder over the top, just so that it's gonna be easier to blend your eyeshadows when you get to that part. I wanna do a video where and it may be a long one, where I explain why I would wear certain products, and as a beginner makeup lover, because I think to myself, people know what primers are, people know what foundation to use, I have this mindset because I've come so far in my makeup life that I feel like people already know this stuff. But when I was talking to some of these ladies, they have never done eyeshadow looks, or they don't know how to, because they either A, don't know what products to use, or what how to do it, or they just don't have the time. Okay, so what I want to do over time with my channel is not only teach you how to use makeup as a person who loves it and knows how to use it, but I'm more than happy to start from scratch, where you don't even know what products to use, what brands to use, why, and what would be good for my skin. As I've said to people in the past, and I keep bringing it up because I think it's an important thing to mention, is that everybody's skin type is different. There are 3 main ones, okay, and I only learned this when I started getting into a music business, a makeup business. I wasn't aware of what to use, so I'm going to do videos about that. Right, let's get on to the eyes, because I don't want to be spending the whole video just talking and then my camera battery gets low because I've spent more talking time than actually applying makeup. So Cara Beauty, when I even saw it advertised, on their website, I thought to myself, they're bright, they're shimmer, that's exactly what I want to put on my eyes, and I am going to do that right now using this palette. I only used a couple of shades, so I want to use the palette again and play with some new shades, but I just thought with the lip color that I'm choosing today, which I'm kind of excited about to show you later, I thought these shades would be right to match with the lips. I have like a mountain of palettes, okay? I'm just putting it out there. I'm real. I'm pretty transparent. There's nothing I'm hiding. Of course, I'm a human being, so I don't want to get on camera and blast my, personal life, but I want to be able to share with you what is going to be beneficial to you. Beginning on my lid, alright, I didn't actually start with a crease shade today. I decided to actually go straight on and put some colour on my eyelid using this BH Cosmetics 130 brush. It's got a nice flat tip. They don't have names, so please be aware of that. I can't give you the shade name, but I can relate it to a shade color that you might be able to imagine, and of course you can see it in front of you anyway. So what I consider this to be a maroon shimmer. I place that on my lid. It's got a little bit of a purple undertone as well, pink undertone. I want to thank you guys for staying and watching my channel. I really do my best to make it interesting for you, but also sometimes our videos aren't that interesting because, well, I mean, we're gonna say this is what's going on, and some videos are more entertaining than others, I guess. Alright, let's get some of that powder off the bottom eye. Okay, so I want to just place that all over the lid. I remember there was a time in my life when I would just use one eyeshadow shade on my eye. That was it. There'd be no dimension whatsoever. And honestly, I thought that worked. At the time, that's what made sense for my brain. What I want to do now is, I'm really starting to use an accent, oh my gosh, is the BH Cosmetics number 7 brush. It is smaller, fluffier, and I consider this to be more of an eyeshadow brush that's going to get into smaller areas of the eye. So what I wanted to do was place it in this shade here in the top corner. I believe it's like a dark, sorry, a dark, it's not dark, it's a matte brown but more earthy red tone. Basically places in the crease, and I just want to make it evident that I am blending it with the lid. Give me a second. I'm blending it with the lid shade so that there's a smoother transition, and almost makes it look like there's a bit of a highlight above, so it's not just smack bang block color. It is transitioning from light to a little, I think it is a little darker. What I'm seeing here is that the shade is a little bit darker. Maybe it is more like a shadow. Excuse me for finding 100 million words to explain what I'm talking about here. Now with an e.l.f. brush, again, it is a fluffy brush, but I'm going to consider this to be like the bristles are not, you know, flaring outwards, they're straight upwards. So this I consider to be a better brush if you're getting into the outer corner, which I will be with this. Oh, sorry, I didn't explain it. It is a, to me it looks like a black eyeshadow, but it's got some sparkle in it. And I wouldn't even call it shimmer, I call it matte with very scattered sparkle. I don't even know how to explain this shade. But what I do know is I like it for the dimension of what I'm doing here. Oh, so going back to what I said earlier, in case you guys are interested to know, before Greg and I were together, I had heard about superheroes. I'd heard about DC, I'd heard about Marvel, not very much in detail, but it was definitely to the point where I thought, oh, I'm not really into that stuff. And it was funny because I actually had a friend who also worked in childcare. At the time, we were both working in childcare. I do not do that anymore. We were both working in childcare, and she had a boyfriend at that time who was also into superheroes and Marvel and DC and yep. And before she met him, she was like me too. She didn't really take into superheroes, but then I think she got quite addicted because then she understood the concept of superheroes. And then I discovered Wonder Woman. And I have to say, when it comes to superheroes, I feel that, and I could be wrong here, with women it seems to be, in the past they've come across as very outgoing, loud, and almost to the point obnoxious to make their point that I am a superhero. And I'm very much a... Superheroes can be people who are quiet and reserved. They don't have to be people who, it's almost like a desperation for their voice to be heard. People don't need to be desperate. They need to have the faith that their voice will be heard at the time that is needed. And so when I discovered Wonder Woman and I saw the movie, the first movie, I fell in love with her. I love the fact that she was such a, well, first of all, she's got a beautiful accent. You guys have probably seen the lady who played Wonder Woman. Yes, I'm going off by the movie, but that's because I'm more of a visual understanding type of person. I had to have some sort of character in mind to know what Wonder Woman was like. And in the movie, she is very calm, also determined and motivated. She knows what she wants. She's got a beautiful accent. Obviously she's got these superpowers where, you know, any sort of gold bullets flying towards her, she just knocks it off with her arm band, and it's just easy pickings. That's what it comes across anyway. It looks really easy to be that type of character, but I love the fact that she doesn't come across as, I'm the type of superhero that's going to seduce you, or I'm the type of well, obviously she's very attractive, but she doesn't make that her goal. Her goal is very feminist, and maybe you guys watching me aren't really into feminism, but I assume that you would be, because you've seen my other videos where I talk about Women's International Day, and I'm very much into the belief that women have the right to stand up for what they believe in. I don't feel, okay, slightly off topic, I don't feel the need to go and march about it, but I do feel the need that wherever we are, we have a right to say we believe in this type of thing and should not be feared by men, and not have this feeling that men should be in charge of us always. That's not the case at all. Character, I love the fact that she knows what she needs to say. She's very but she's not obnoxious. She doesn't come across as rude or mean or loud. Just I don't know why, but I got the impression that superhero females, their job is to be annoying. Let me get this powder off as well. It's not as if I'm coming on here and I'm going, I like this, so I'm sticking to this, I'm never trying anything else. I have tried gel, and gel is really hit and miss for me because A, my skin is mostly dry, which means that I do not like using anything that I would consider would pull on it or tug at it, because I like having my skin young as much as I possibly can. And on top of that, I'm all about comfort, and I find that the liner glides on my eye better than gel, and gel feels very lumpy. It's not an even texture, and if you don't look after it, and I mean, this is something that I found out in one of those videos a while back, and I figured that out myself, is if you don't have it turned over upside down when you're not using it, it dries out. So all that leftover formulation, whatever you want to call it, whatever product, you chuck it out because it dries out. Now some people would use water to activate it, but not all gel liners can be activated with water. Once it dries out, that's it. There's no more, you can't use that again. You have to get yourself a new one. And let's be honest, if you've ever bought gel liners, they're probably a bit more expensive. Definitely more expensive than a liquid liner. I get this for about $5. $5.75. And yes, it may mean that I buy more of them when it does dry out, but I have less of an issue of this drying out than I do of a gel liner. Before I get on with the rest of my face, I've got my cup of tea and it's getting cold, so I need to have a drink. On mascara time. So I've got this for false lashes. You probably have seen me use it before. One side is really great for the top lashes or upper lashes, as it says so here in the bottle, and the other part is for the lower lashes. Use this BYS contour and highlighting palette, and this brush is the Zoeva, I think it says lined buffer, but I can't read it because it's like faded off. Just a shimmer bronzer here. I just feel like using that. I'm liking the shade of it. I'm not a massive fan of shimmer bronzers or shimmer blushes, but I can get away with this one. So let's use this on my forehead and then bring it down. That would be Hubby Wubby. He's missing me, I know he is. Alright, so what I want to do is bring that. Alright, I hear you. I'm getting there. It starts off looking quite bright, but as you know, once you use the Beauty Blender to set it in place, of course we can talk about Beauty Blender in another video in case some of you are like, why do you use Beauty Blender and not a brush to apply foundation, all that sort of stuff. Then moving on to what I'm saying, oh, and face spray as well, then it's not as noticeable. Okay, I used a brush today, I believe, for the highlighter. If I'm thinking of a highlighter and contour palette, I would assume that there would be more than one highlighter because it's called that, which means it should be mainly that product. But there's only one highlighter in this palette, and that's what I'm going to use to yeah, make that stand out. And then of course Coty Airspun, let's get into that. Ooh, it's lippy time. I'm really looking forward to this. You probably have not seen, oh actually maybe you have. Alright, so earlier I had opened my package and I want to show you these 3 lip shades, okay? It's called the Sexy Trio Satin Lipstick Set. Having 3 shades, obviously I'm not going to use all 3 today, but I'm going to use one and I'm thinking maybe the other 2 tomorrow or the day after. So excited. I, as you know, don't wear a lot of nudes, but I go through phases. So there'll be days and weeks and months when I go through dark colors. Then I'll go through reds, then I'll like pinks, then I'll like nudes, then yeah, that's my life. So how cute are these? It's called the Seduce Me. I don't really want to seduce nobody, but well, anyone. If anyone, I gotta seduce with my husband. But let me show you on my hand what these shades look like. So we got Snatched here. Ooh, ooh. So to me that's like a red earthy tone. Okay, and then we've got here, let's put this down before I drop that on the floor and all my shadows break. This I consider to be more of a brown shade. It is brown, but it's got like a bit of a purple undertone as well. So hopefully you can see that. Oh, that one's called Innocent. I said that? I said that. I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, and the last one is called Send Nudes, which... yeah, alright. Now they look a little... like they're definitely not bold shades. But they are nudes. And some of you guys may be one of those people, and I completely understand. Your reason for wearing a nude is because you want to go out with people, hang out, and eat food. When you wear a nude color, it's less likely to look distracting if most of the color has come off when you finished eating, or it's less likely to make a mess on your face. So sometimes that's the reason why people wear nudes, or they're just not really, like, they find that other colors just make them stand out, and they're people who don't like to stand out. Now, this is not me judging, because obviously we are all different. Some of us like bolds, we like nudes, whatever. And I'm trying on the nude today. So I'm wearing it for the sake of matching my eyes. That's my point of wearing it. Plus, they are new products, so, you know, I was a little bit excited to see how they would look. So for, I'm just trying to think, what would I want to use? What was the last one? Send Nudes. I don't know, let me look at my eyes. Let me look at the colors. So I feel like the first one was a bit too bright, like it's almost the same color as my eyes, and I don't really want to match like that. So we might actually go with Send Nudes. Let's do that. Let's do it. And you will see for yourself what this looks like. Obviously I'm waiting for my Coty Airspun to dry while I'm applying this. Has a little bit of but at the same time, I like it. It certainly doesn't take the attention away from my eyes, because really that's what I want. I want attention on either my eyes or my lips, so it's definitely going to be attention on my eyes. And the feel of it's nice and smooth. Just so you know, in case you ever want to get this yourself, it is by Italia Deluxe Makeup, and it's from the US. Well, that's where it's made. It's the US, it's vegan, cruelty-free. I'm just going by the packet, okay? So in case you're thinking, oh, she's making it up as she's going along. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what it says. And of course, if that is not the case, that they're not vegan or cruelty-free, they have a website and you can check it out for yourself. You can call them up and all that sort of jazz. They last for 12 months. Cool, I like them. Here we go again. Alright you guys, this is the final look. Thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully it wasn't too long of a video, but as you know, I love to be able to explain things a little bit more and share more about me as a person, because you see me as a YouTuber, but you may not know much about my life, and it's good that we can connect on a personal level so that I feel like I'm just talking to a friend on the other side of the world, and pretty much that's what we are. So thank you so much for watching. My battery's about to die. I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye now.